Hello and welcome to the show. I am here today on BeamNG Drive, going to be playing around with a rather interesting mod. So, figure of eight racing, very good fun when it comes to Wreckfest, as you can imagine, and you would expect to be quite a lot of fun on Beam. Now, the Fairgrounds, the mod that I tend to use for Demo Derby, does have a figure of eight setting, which we have got loaded up here. I've never really used it much before, in that it does tend to go a bit wrong, shall we say. I don't know. I'm going to press play on this. I don't know what is going to happen. It could work vaguely as a race. It could end up with a pile of cars in the middle. I mean, that is, to be fair, a bit of figure of eight racing. Oh, I got released soon. The AI sometimes gets a little bit confused. I have got this with 9 AI vehicles, and someone got spawned pointing the wrong way. I have got through the opening section relatively well. You all need to go out of the way. I need to not fall over trying to shunt you out of the way. So, yeah, this is... what are you doing, 200BX? Look, we can go this way. I can push you around. I just don't want you to take out my wheels or me to have a roll on you. There are about 2 of us currently driving around here. Oh! I was not paying attention to the crossover bits as I should have been. You've nicked me door! It's well, normally my job to nick people's wheels, but a door, I guess, is something. It's a different souvenir. So it's a figure of eight in what is normally the concrete derby arena. Oh! What are you doing? It's fine. Which generally ends up as a demo derby with a little bit... I don't know if my handbrake works. Oh, with a little bit of checkpointing along the way. I thought I'd try and take out a 200. Yeah. As a race, it is rather limited as an exercise in chaos, which is perhaps what you are looking for most. It does work quite well. I'm half tempted to try and see if I can break the little car. That car's front wheel's inside out. Excuse me! How has that happened? I have not had anything to do with that. How has that occurred? What's gone on there? Can I help? I've also noticed there's a green car on its roof. It's a FailRace video. It's taken us, what, 2 minutes? And it's a FailRace video. We shall give you some assistance. Now... I'm not sure the assistance is quite done what I wanted it to here. I'm not sure anyone's moving. I think I've been counted out. Hey! We were the last car moving. We won. Yeah, as a figure of eight race, while entertaining, undoubtedly, doesn't really quite work. However, there is a mod that... well, kind of does. So, here we are on the start line. As you can see, a much more sensibly sized circuit. Rather than using a little demo derby arena, this actually has a figure of eight track. Now, the AIs that are... the AIs are always spawned in the same selection of vehicles. I am driving a Moonhawk. There are a few versions of this. There are versions of this with a fewer number of AI cars if you want to, or if perhaps your PC can't handle the more vehicles. This is the most cars you can get, which is 9 AI vehicles, so 10 of us going racing. We will be off and underway to try and get through the middle. Of course, the fun with with Beam, I'll get there eventually. You see, when I do figure eight racing, I just think Wreckfest. The fun with Beam, of course, is, well, the damage. And the damage translates to whatever you're trying to do. So, doing a figure of eight race, for example, you can very easily brush a wall and bend a wheel in games like Wreckfest, where, yes, the car damage is very impressive. You know, over the course of a race, for example, you don't tend to get, you know, like a bent-up wheel buckled up ever so slightly that then affects the handling. And that's always why it's very interesting to see these sorts of, I say game races, these sort of races, if you like. It's why it works well for the little, like, stuntman campaign they have in the game, because there is just that added difficulty. The truck has got tangled up. Now, I've done this a couple of times to check on the scenario and just weird things go on. This is actually, so far, going very normally for a figure of eight race. There's been minimal shenanigans. Oh, I take it back. Maximum shenanigans. My steering is buckled and I don't quite know why. Oh, maximum shenanigans. The Rimmy Timmobile has had a bad day. There's not much left of that. That was a figure of eight Well, that was a crossover crash right there. The leader's had a spin on the landing. I'm about to follow. Which way is it going to go? I don't know. Trying to deal with that car. What have I done to my front wheel? Why has my wheel got buckled? I don't think I hit anything. And something's upset my car. Oh, don't go and slide about, please. Oh, the leader's spun. Another leader's spun. I've got all sorts of issues. A Covet's going to win this if I'm not careful. The Grand Marshal's clonked it. The Grand Marshal's got a lot of speed. Clonked into the back of an AI car. Are we going to have another leader spin out of the race? I think with the damages all to AI cars is causing them grief as well on the landing. I just keep my foot down and slide. The Covet takes a victory. We're only going to get a third place. Could have and should have probably been better for me in all of that one. Can we go any better? That is the question. That was actually, as far as figure of 8 races go, relatively tame. That was a fairly tame event. I don't know what happened. Like the pickup truck and the Legrand just got caught. Oh bugger! That's not gone well for me, has it? Mayday! Mayday! Things have gone very badly wrong. I'm already out. Help! Legrand! I don't actually know who I ended up. I think it was the Bazima, right? Oh, it's spun over there. Nobody gonna give me any help? I think I'm done for here. Oh, we're not gonna witness a big crossover crash, sadly. We've got a great viewpoint for the race here. There's just a big train of cars. I think there might have been a spin going on over there. Yes, the Sunburst got in trouble. Oh, that was close. That was very close indeed. Will the Bazima get hit by something? Oh, it wasn't going fast enough. Hey, covered over the top. This is a good spectator viewpoint. I mean, I will be racing in a minute. I was just enjoying. Oh, come on, here we go. Here we go. Big crossover crash. That's what we were looking for. I think the 200BX might be done for as well. Oh, the buck. I can't remember what it's called. Is it blue buck? Oh, something like that. There's quite a lot of poorly cars going on in this. Shall we have another go ourselves? So don't land on the Bazima. I guess we were just enough airtime from me that as he went up here, yeah, it was there. It came on just slightly underneath us, and we fell off the platform. Not the cleverest thing. Now the truck. I mean, the truck is very damaging if it hits you at the crossover, funnily enough, but does struggle a little bit with the old speed aspect of things, as you might expect, really. You've got some decent sports cars going on here. 200BX, the I-Series, Sunburst, and all that. We have had some shenanigans on lap 1. The other classic muscle car does not seem to be getting good starts at the moment. The AIs are having a big old tussle up ahead. I will give the AI credit. They actually do race fairly well around here, all things considered. Oh, that's not what we wanted to see in front of us. I've got to go, because otherwise we'll get hit on the crossover. That's going to spread the field out. And the more spread out the field gets, of course, the better or worse it is at the crossover, depending on your perspective. If you want to see a big crash, the better it is. Oh, we're not quite. As much as I know it'll put me out of the race, or probably put me out of the race, you still kind of want to get involved with a big crossover shunt if you can. We're going to end up just at the wrong point. I can't catch the Grand Marshal. I don't have to, because it's spun again. I've not seen the AI spin as readily as they are in this one. That's peculiar. Oh, I'm not going to be anywhere close enough to hit anything. Oh, we might end up landing on something, depending on where that comes. I'm going to hazard a guess that got involved in a big crossover crash. Not very easy to look behind in Beam, so I don't know if I've got anything behind me. Can we go... Oh, I've got something behind me. Oh, I was trying to push him. I was trying to slow down the AI Grand Marshal to put it into the crossover, because I'm a mean bugger. Can we... No, we shouldn't have tried to be clever. Shouldn't have tried to be clever. But there we go. These have been fairly tame races. And that's not right. We need a little bit more. I say fairly tame races. It works pretty well. I say surprisingly. Wait, can we go for... Let's just go for... Slow someone down early on. No, not me, though. That was supposed to spin across... Well, that's not gone to plan. Plan had been spin the Covet, make it run around on its own so that it had something there for the crossover. Oh, I guess, well, now things have gone really messy. for the Covet. Oh, don't bounce over, Moonhawk. I've lost steering. So there's a 50-50 chance that you might suddenly just break your car. I think the downside, as awesome, of course, as the beam damage model is, sometimes it's just ever so slight wonky landing, and that puts you completely out of commission. Okay, let's try something. There we go. No, don't break a wheel again. So while it's interesting having to, you know, race around with potentially slight problems, when they become very major problems, it's very easy just to have an entire race sort of game over. I did not intend to spin, I did not intend to do that maneuver at all, but apparently we've spun 2 cars out. The field will be spread out nicely. Now I need some mayhem to befall the leaders because we've wasted too much time early on. Oh. The other muscle car is a little bit stuck. It seems like the Sunburst has got battered around on this lap. Oh no, not quite in the crossover for the Pazima and 200BX. There's a lot of bouncing around for the Legrand that's spun in front of me. Ooh, the Sunburst snuck up the inside, couldn't then hold it in the corner. That's got into the wall. The Covet has got past me. Now, that will not do. We must try and repass the Covet. I've punctured a tyre trying to repass the Covet and very much buckled my steering. That's made life more difficult, considerably more difficult for me. It seems that we are destined to not be involved in the crossover shenanigans, as is sometimes the way. Does appear to be a lot of shenanigans around this corner. Oh, the Covet's been involved with that. So, not great for them. There's been more shenanigans up ahead with the Legrand and the I-Series getting stuck. Now, if the leaders want to have another spin sesh, I don't really turn very well to the right. I mean, I barely turn to the right at all at the moment, so I've got to be a bit careful there. Oh, there is going to be mayhem at the crossover. Missed it. Oh, the Grand Marshal's fallen over. The 200BX is completely ruined as well. There was shenanigans. Much mayhem went on in the middle. We snuck a victory. Oh dear. Turns out I didn't have to do anything to cause the mayhem. Mayhem just sort of happened on its own. This poor car never got going. It never recovered from the start. It's going to blow its engine up on the wall. We'll just give it a helping hand. Crunch. So, turns out, races where I'm leading, I can throw it away prattling about, but the races where I'm not leading, the AIs goof themselves up. Oh, we stole a wheel! Ah, perfect. Absolutely perfect. The Grand Marshal's upside down, the Legrand's the wrong side of the barrier, the 200BX and I think I-Series may have finished, just like spun after the finish line. So, figure of 8 racing on Beam, quite entertaining. There is a second circuit that's even madder than this one, though. Yes, as you can see up ahead, there is a rather large jump. In fact, this is a bit more than just a figure of 8, because there are 2 crossovers. It's sort of a helix track. Either way, there are some big jumps. There are quite a lot of stripped out vehicles. I'm in a very rusty looking Grand Marshal. Quite a few off-road trucks, a couple of rally spec cars, which are probably better suited to... There's some cheaty jump starting going on there from the fire truck. God dear. Yeah, there are probably some vehicles better suited to this than the Grand Marshal, so it should be interesting to see if we can work our way back up. Oh, cheaty fire truck has had karma catch it. Oh, have I lost steering immediately? Ah. Well, the first jump has killed 2 cars. 3 cars. 4 cars. Well, the Covet's not technically dead, I think. The Covet might just be stuck. I think it's a Covet, actually. It might even be it might be something else. My front wheel's gone. The van's upside down. I'm recovery service. The FailRace boopy service is in effect. At some point, we are going to have cars who are who are still running, will come over that jump and probably land on us. You know what I said? The damage is great. Sometimes annoying. Yeah, this has gone the sometimes annoying way for me. It's 2 sunbursts leading the way, followed by a truck. I'm just trying to rescue a van. I don't think I'm going to be able to rescue a van here. I don't think I'm going to be able to get my... No. Okay. Attempt 1. Gone badly. Let's have another go, shall we? There is definitely some sneaky cheating from the fire truck. Oh, well, it's been calmed again. This time slightly differently. I'm going to not get involved with that. Oh, I've got an automatic box, of course. Remember that. I'm just going to let the sneaky fire truck be calmed. Now, of course, if they do get going, as I said with the previous one, it spreads people out, which means we're more likely to hit on the crossovers. Now, the jumps around here and the speeds in the vehicles that we are travelling do generally work so that you don't damage your car. They are big jumps, but the landing zones are right, shall we say. They're the right incline, I guess, so that the car will land fairly smoothly. I believe, anyway, from brief bit of experience. Oh, there's been a big crash up ahead. Where are they going to end up? In front of me. Well, we'll punt the sunburst ever so slightly forward. It does appear that, I don't even know what position I'm in. The fire truck has been well and truly calmed for its terrible starting antics. Uh-oh. There is a car there. We are just going to jump over it, thankfully. I had a really big wobble going up the hill. I'm slightly worried we're going to get stuck. I think the fire truck is actually one of the fastest vehicles here. It has shot off past the van, who's had a big spin on the landing. Okay, new goal. Beat the now streamlined, or more streamlined, fire truck. It might be a lap down, but we shall try and find a way to get past it. I hear something noisily behind us. Oh crap, please jump far enough. Uh-oh. Oh, too far. Oh, we just got stopped. Little bit too big on the jump. Little bit too big on the jump. Amazingly, nothing snapped on the car. Oh, no, well, I say nothing snapped, apart from the whole suspension. I mean, it's on the floor now. Ah, something must have clipped the vehicle that was there and moved it over. Ooh, why are you stopped? I mean, there might be some broken cars. There are not as many vehicles still running around here. I mean, this is just more a can your vehicle survive. I think more that... Oh, my front is... Oh, no! I've lost my steering! Okay, it's not as bad as it could have been. We are still turning. No, van. You little git, you're a lap down. Why would you do such a thing? Come back here. Oh, you are not a lap down. Don't put me over there. I'm already broken as it is. I think we're going to get stuck. Come on. Come on, Grand Marshal. Climb up the hill. Here we go. It's all bad, but we are at least still moving. We haven't got the wheel completely locked sideways to stop us from going. What lap are we on? We're on to lap number 4 now. Can we just make it to the end? There's always a chance that someone's going to get stuck in a crash. There's nothing left of whatever that was. I think it was one of the SUVs. I don't remember what one. I haven't seen the sunburst. I'm hoping that's got stuck in trouble somewhere, really. That's what we are hoping for now. It becomes a little bit of a driven till destruction course towards the end now. There's something smoking heavily. That's a pickup that's having a bit of a spin. Can I see? I can't see the sunburst. Makes me wonder if it is in that group of cars at turn 1. Well, kind of turn 1. We're going to get past the van. Haha! Yes! We have overtaken you on the circuit. I say legit, you are a lap down. We're not really competing, I don't think. I don't really know anymore. Within a lap, you entirely forget what on earth is going on in terms of position. This is the final lap. My tyres are squealing as they are not happy with something. Oh, crap! Van's done a front flip. We've taken off the wing of the sunburst. We're still going on one working wheel. There's a big collection of broken bits. Come on, Grand Marshal, you can do it. You can be one of the few vehicles to survive. 5 laps around here is, yeah, surprisingly tough. Oh, over we go. The crossover parts, just kind of less significant, really. There's so many cars get broken that you don't really get quite the same mayhem. But it's a fun little race scenario, in fact. The AI... Oh, God, are we... Engine? Are we going to go down a gear? Or are we just going to... Don't tell me we're dying now, car. Don't do it. Don't let go. I think it was just... No. Steering. Why would you pick that one moment there to throw me off the course. But so yeah, this is just a sort of fun little race scenario. There's always the danger, and you will get some very big crashes at the crossover. There's always that danger. But it's just can you keep your car alive for the 5 laps? We will make it across the finish line. Somehow we were successful with that one. Not massively long races. Is that a sunburst in the wall? We might have one more go. So we took a victory there. We'll have one more go with this, just because it's funny to see what the AI end up doing. I think are actually quite fast around this track if they don't plow. So if they don't plow into one another, I think they are fast around here. But as their vehicles get broken, they, funnily enough, get a lot more difficult to drive, and that tends to lead to AIs getting stuck. Entertaining. I mean, for competitiveness in a race, perhaps not so great. The fire truck has once again been calmed and fallen over. The van's been bullied through this first corner. I don't actually want to get involved in that because I don't want to break my car. I like having fully working steering. It's actually quite nice, believe it or not. Uh-oh, no. Oh, we got away with that. Very clonky on the landing, but we've made it. So the jump we need to be careful with is, I guess, like the first jump is the big problem one. That's the one that you can actually overshoot. The rest of them I don't seem to be able to go fast enough to overshoot. We don't want that heavy landing on the front, breaking the suspension, particularly if we can avoid it. I was going to try and give the truck a nudge around. I think I just saw a Covet do a front flip. In the stay in the distance. In the off to the sort of front. Oh, where are you going to be going? Don't be reversing like a plonker. We are over the first jump. So the fire truck has got righted, but has maybe been counted out or stopped moving, or maybe something broke on it. For all we know, drive shaft might have let go. Someone's upside down at the top of the hill. That's not going to stay there because someone's going to hit it. I've got a puncher. Oh no, I've run over a wing. A mighty wing has betrayed me and is now stuck on my front wheel. There's not many games that you get that. I actually can't get the wing off of my front. This is inconvenient, to say the least. We're sat in third at the moment. The bloody Sultan. Sir, would you like a wing? Do you reckon I could... Ah, I was hoping it was going to get snagged enough on that car to pull it off, but that's actually causing me a lot of problems now. How the hell am I going to shake that without stopping? Or without a much bigger crash? Maybe on one of these landings? It will... Either that or it's just going to tear the whole front corner of the car apart. Okay, we're going to go for flat out across this first jump and hope that the landing... Because I have to go flat out actually because I've not got much speed. Hope that the landing's not going to be big enough. Fire truck, you've been kind of goofy. Could you help? I'm going to go with... I think it's slightly improved. It's still not great. My car is still... got something buckled and bent and pulls very badly to the right. Don't know actually how many of us are still circulating in this. There's a lot of upside down vehicles. There's a lot of stuck cars are currently around the map. This is now a new quest of how do I free a wing from the wheel well. Somebody got the Covet free. Probably that thing that's currently mounted a tree. I think I'm going to have to hit something quite hard, and no worry, I'll probably bend a wheel, or maybe even just entirely break a wheel. Radiator's not a concern anymore. I've got only a couple of laps left. Nothing on the crossover. I think that is the leader ahead of me that I am catching. Now, oh well, I'm going to hit that anyway. Oh, still got a wing stuck in my car. I was not going for quite such a direct hit, but never mind. Can that free the wheel? Oh, it's getting closer. The more we crash, the better things get. Okay, no, they got worse again. I take it back. I take it back. We've bent the wing the wrong way. There's no other game where you end up having to do this. Just trying to free debris from... Admittedly, a little bit silly. Yes, I think the wing will probably be disintegrated by now, but it's made for a a very different race to what you are perhaps used to. My handling is not great. I don't even know if there's a car behind me. I think there might only be two of us still running, really. Van, could you help me? I have a wing impaled very much in that corner. Oh, I might have now crash welded myself to you. I've got a van impaled on the front corner. I think that's probably what I deserve. We tried really hard to free the car. Now we're just taking a van with us. Not ideal, and my temperatures are skyrocketing. We're not going to get that out. Nope. Well, there we go. A look at some figure of eight racing / some destruction survival racing pretty much goes on here. Shame the AI topple over quite a lot on this one, so it very quickly descends into a lot smaller number of cars running around, because it is quite good fun. We've lost a wheel entirely now on that corner. We lost a whole axle, but very stuck. Yeah, I highly recommend this mod for a bit of fun. Sometimes the races are complete chaos, sometimes it just becomes a matter of survival, just trying to limp your car around the circuit. It's something a little bit different, as ever. Beam is very, very entertaining for this kind of stuff. Oh wow, look how knackered that car. No wonder I was catching that when I had a wing shoved in my car. That's very poorly as well. Yeah, with the crazy damage that you get on this game, of course, things are always interesting, whatever you're trying to do. So, I highly recommend it indeed. That, though, is going to be it for today. Thank you all very much for watching. Oh, and I should, of course, link the mods used in the description. Until next time, a goodbye.